Hello and welcome to another episode. I am Brian, the Unskilled Commander. This is Octane, where we take a deck or a commander and see just how fast it could possibly win a game if it got the best opening 7-card hand and next 10 cards stacked perfectly. Today's episode, Arabella, the Abandoned Doll. I'm a big fan of indirect damage like this. Let's go ahead and jump in. It does take into consideration no interaction. Opponents aren't countering your spells, they're not blowing up your board state, they're not doing it. Playing lands and playing small creatures, and possibly attacking you for a little bit of damage. Turn 1, we're going to play a mountain, tap it for a soul ring, tap the soul ring for arcane signet, and tap the arcane signet for red, play Grim Initiative. What the creature does is kind of irrelevant because we only need it on the field for Arabella. That's turn 1. We then go around the table, everyone's like, wow, that was a crazy turn 1, but whatever. Turn 2, play another mountain, tap the 2 mountains and soul ring to play a Thran Dynamo. Taps for 3. We tap the Thran Dynamo for 3 mana to play an Alloy Mer, which taps for 1 mana of any color. We also 0-drop in an Ornithopter, and we tap the Alloy Mer, play a Kite Sail Scout. We then pass turn to turn 3, play another mountain, tapping the 3 mountains and the Thran Dynamo for Fiery Emancipation. This is a big one. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. We're going to tap the Soul Ring for a Gold Mirror, which taps for 1 white mana. And then finally, we will tap the Alloy Mer and the Arcane Signet to play Arabella herself, the Abandoned Doll. She says that whenever she attacks, it deals X damage to each opponent and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control with power 2 or less. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures with power 2 or less on the battlefield. But Arabella does have Summoning Sickness, so she can't attack on turn 3. Past turn, now it is turn 4. You can drop a Plains, but that's kind of irrelevant, because we will tap all 3 mountains and the Thran Dynamo, cast the sorcery, Isengard Unleashed. Damage can't be prevented this turn. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent they control, it deals triple that damage instead. We then move to combat. Swing Arabella at any of our opponents. Her ability goes on the stack. She's going to deal 6 damage, but it's going to be tripled from Isengard to 18, and then tripled by a Fiery Emancipation to 54 damage to each opponent. And you gain 54 life, but that's irrelevant since you just wiped the board and you won on turn 4 with Arabella the Abandoned Doll. Obviously, this is highly unlikely to get these cards in this exact order, but that's the fun thought experiment of High Octane. Just how powerful is the deck or the commander, and what can it possibly do? You think of ways to get Arabella to do that faster? Let me know in the comments how you would change the setup. I will see you next time.